share with you enough how much of an honor it is for me to be able to address you today. When I was first asked to address the collegiate school at this graduation, I was given a very short list of directives. Actually, I think I was only given one. I was told I had exactly 7 minutes. So as those of you that know me know that when I'm a strict timeline about how long I can speak, you know what that means? Nothing. So get comfortable, it's going to be a little while. In all seriousness, I began to think about the things you've done and the things that we've done as you became a part of the collegiate school. I was their teacher in 6th grade when they came in. Many of these students had my 6th grade class and in science, and we studied a great number of things. And it's been a great time. And one of the things that I began to consider as I was kind of thinking over being able to speak at a graduation, I thought about how much I love graduations. And at first I thought maybe I just love celebrations in general. But I began to think about that. And I realized that that's not really the case. I thought of things like birthdays. I don't really care for those. To be honest, and no offense to my wife if she happens to be here, but I don't really love weddings themselves. But I love graduations, and I thought a little bit more about it, and I realized why I don't like birthdays. It's not because I mind getting older, I don't really care about that, but birthdays, the person that's the focus of the celebration, really had little to do with the fact that we're celebrating that birthday. Don't think too much about that, but the second part, weddings, I think, and you won't understand this quite yet, but the day that you celebrate a wedding, the people that are there definitely had everything to do with the fact that there's a celebration, but I don't really think they've done anything worth celebrating. So, as some of you move on and eventually get married, feel free to invite me to your wedding anniversaries. I'd be happy to celebrate anniversaries. Your 10th anniversary, 20th, your first, that's a pretty big deal, to be honest. But I don't really think anything has been accomplished at that point. But at graduation, and especially this graduation, the amount that you've accomplished, and this is tough, it's tough to even look back at you and say all of this, you know. The amount you've accomplished is tremendous. You're the ones we're here to celebrate. And you are definitely the ones who have done the work to get us here. And I just can't say enough about how much work you've done and how proud I am of all of you. I want to take a second there to pause and acknowledge the parents and the families of this group of students. You know, back in 2010, you entrusted us a brand new school with new, strange ideas to educate your students. And one of the things you may have had to put up with some of our more unorthodox methods. But I can guarantee you as we stand here today that the students who were in my science class may have forgotten a great deal of what they've learned along the way, but none of them will ever be able to forget that Uranus is large. It's blue and it is gassy. So I thank you for sticking with us while things were a little bit strange from time to time. You're also in an interesting point today. I read through the list of the colleges and universities that you've been accepted to, and that's tremendous. And we're in a place today where we're celebrating, and one of the things that I did was I went through kind of all the old things that we had done together, and I was looking through my old notes and my old things about class. And one of the things that I found in that journey of looking through my materials, it was an odd thing to find, I found my acceptance letter from the University of Florida when I got into my master's program. And I kind of chuckled when I looked at it, because I thought of the excitement I felt when I received it, but then I thought about what followed, that I had no idea what was coming next. And looking at the letter, I realized that nobody frames their acceptance letters. Okay? So you're all going on to these great colleges and these great universities. And I just want to say a few things about how you'll have to proceed to get to your next celebration. The first thing I would say is make sure that when you're celebrating today, you know, celebrate it in its fullness. But remember the things you've been through to get here. You've all gone through a tremendous amount of trials, tremendous amount of difficulty. You've had good days, you've had bad days. Just remember those things when you get to the next set of trials. Remember that you are high school students who are graduating with a college degree. If you can do that, there's nothing you can't do. second thing that I want to say, in the brief time that I actually had a permanent classroom at the collegiate school, I had a little sign above my desk. I think I typed it out and put it up there while grading final exams. It said, excuses always exist, but successful people get things done anyway. As you move on, there will always be a reason, an excuse, something comes up that will prevent you from getting done what you need to accomplish to reach your next goal. Get it done anyway. Don't let the excuse be the reason you don't do it. Just let it be another hurdle that you jump over on your way to that next goal. And last, and this is kind of just maybe an overly obvious thing, make choices. Don't let things happen to you. Decide what it is that you want to have happen to you. And then go out and pursue those choices. And make sure that the things you do line up with the choice that you're trying to make. I want to become this. I want to get this degree. And then make choices that lead you in that direction. If the action you're going to take doesn't lead you in that direction, don't take it. And the great thing about making choices is, if you're making a choice, then you can always choose to change your mind. Don't be afraid to change your mind. Don't be afraid to try something different. It's been my great honor to have been your teacher, to have had time to be with you in your education, in all those processes. I'm so very proud of you today, what you've accomplished. And I just want to wish you all the best and success in everything you're doing going forward. Congratulations, Class of 2017.